I always felt like that I was pretty funny, and not per se as a stand-up comedian when I was younger, but I just always felt like that I've looked at life kind of through the lens of it's a pretty funny world. People ask me all the time, like, well, where do you get your material from? And I'm said, just life, man. Just pay attention, you know. So I do that, and then what really got me into it more recently is like a lot of people, not like a lot of people, but like me, I ended up having our getting married and having a child very young. So you know what? You focus on that. You focus on your kids. You focus on your job. You focus on making a living, and then 5 years later, you have your second child. Then 7 years later, you have another child, and that's where all your focus is. So what I really got into comedy is when I became an empty nester. So all this was
Wow.
just in the background, not really thinking about it, not going to execute on it or anything like that. And so the short version of the story is I got interested. I thought more about it. I took a class over at Third Coast Comedy, and I said, oh, it's fun. I like it. So I'm still doing it for fun. I'm not really trying to beat anybody to the first Netflix special or anything like that. As long as it's fun is the reason I'm doing it.
Wow, that's great.
You could have been
Nice.
using it to avoid your kids that whole time too. That's what I'm doing
True,
right now.
true.